Khamzat Chimaev retirement rumors after UFC 319. Khamzat Chimaev is set to make a highly anticipated return to the octagon at UFC 319, where he will be challenging for the middleweight title against the reigning champion, Dricus du Plessis. This fight marks a major milestone in Chimaev's career, as it will be his very first opportunity to claim a UFC championship belt. Fans and analysts alike are eagerly awaiting the showdown, given Chimaev's undefeated record and rapid rise through the ranks. However, ahead of this monumental clash, some intriguing speculation has surfaced about Chimaev's future in the sport. Caio Borralho, currently ranked number 6 in the middleweight division and a respected contender himself, recently shared an interesting insight regarding whispers circulating about Chimaev's plans after fight. According to Borralho, there are rumors that if Chimaev succeeds in capturing the middleweight title from du Plessis, he might consider retiring from professional MMA altogether. Borralho spoke candidly in an interview with MMA Hoji, revealing the chatter he's heard from various sources close to the sport. "I heard somewhere, some people saying that if he wins the belt, he's going to retire," Borralho disclosed. "There are some little talks, some whispers that if he wins the belt, he retires. I'm not sure of that. I don't know if I believe that or not, but it's an option." This revelation adds an unexpected layer of intrigue to what is already a highly charged title bout. It's rare to hear such speculation about a fighter who is still undefeated and at the peak of his powers. Yet, Borralho's comments suggest that the pressure surrounding Chimaev could be immense, and that there might be personal reasons behind the potential decision to step away from the sport after achieving the pinnacle. Borralho went further to elaborate on some of the possible factors influencing Chimaev's mindset. There's too much pressure on him. Yeah, health problems and a lot of pressure from his country, he said, hinting that external factors beyond just competition inside the octagon might be weighing heavily on Chimaev. This insight points to the possibility that Chimaev's journey has not only been about athletic achievement, but also about managing significant personal and external stresses. Borralho also mentioned that Chimaev's financial situation could play a role in this potential decision. "I think he has a lot of money already. Like a lot of money. He's good with money, he'll be ready to be champion. So why not retire? I'll do the same," Borralho stated. This comment highlights that Chimaev may feel financially secure enough to consider retirement, especially if he achieves his goal of becoming a champion. For many fighters, the pursuit of the title is a lifelong dream and the ultimate validation of their career. Once reached, some may feel it is the right moment to bow out on top. The idea that Chimaev could retire after winning the belt is intriguing given his undefeated record, his undeniable talent, and the excitement he brings to the sport. Fans have watched his rapid ascent with awe, from a breakout performance streak to now challenging for the middleweight crown. Chimaev has built a reputation as one of the most dominant and promising fighters in the UFC today, and many expect him to continue defending the title for years if he wins. However, the speculation shared by Borralho forces the MMA community to consider the possibility that Chimaev's career path might not follow the typical trajectory of champion fighters who go on to become long-term title holders and legends. Instead, if these whispers prove true, we could witness a unique scenario: a fighter who reaches the top and then decides to step away while still undefeated, preserving his legacy in an almost perfect state. The pressures Borralho mentions are not uncommon among top-level fighters. The demands of being a champion, constant media scrutiny, the physical toll of training and fighting, personal expectations, and national attention can be overwhelming. Fighters often speak about the mental strain that accompanies their athletic pursuits, especially when representing their country on a global stage. In Chimaev's case, with his background and the weight of national pride resting on his shoulders, the stakes are extraordinarily high. Health concerns are another factor that Borralho touched on. While specific details are scarce, it's not unusual for fighters to face chronic injuries or health challenges as their careers progress. The decision to retire early can sometimes be motivated by a desire to preserve long-term health and quality of life beyond the sport. If Chimaev has already endured significant health issues or is wary of potential future damage, this might explain why retirement could be a tempting option after reaching his goal. Financial security, too, is a crucial consideration. Many fighters in MMA have historically struggled financially after retirement, but the top-tier athletes today often secure lucrative contracts, sponsorships, and business opportunities that allow them to retire comfortably if they choose. According to Baralho, Chimaev appears to be savvy with his earnings, which means that if he opts to retire, it could be a well-planned decision rather than one made out of desperation. Of course, these remain rumors and possibilities. Chimaev himself has yet to publicly comment on these retirement whispers, and the true outcome will only be revealed once the fight at UFC 319 takes place. Should Chimaev win the middleweight title, the MMA world will eagerly watch his next moves, whether it be embarking on a reign as champion or surprising fans by stepping away from competition. For now, all eyes are on the upcoming showdown between Khamzat Chimaev and Dricus du Plessis, a fight that promises to be a defining moment in the middleweight division and possibly the UFC at large. Whether Chimaev's story continues for years to come or concludes with a spectacular peak at UFC 319 remains to be seen. But the whispers from Caio Baralho have certainly added a fascinating subplot to this already compelling title fight. Khamzat Chimaev is riding high following a commanding victory over former middleweight champion Robert Whittaker. His dominant performance has solidified his status as the betting favorite heading into his highly anticipated title fight against the reigning middleweight champion Dricus du Plessis at UFC 319. Chimaev's rapid rise through the ranks and his impressive finishes have captured the attention of fight fans and experts alike, making this showdown one of the most intriguing matchups on the UFC calendar. Chimaev's journey to this point has been marked by a combination of relentless pressure, versatile striking, and grappling prowess. His ability to control opponents both on the feet and on the ground has made him a formidable threat in the middleweight division. After dismantling Whittaker, who himself is a former title holder and one of the toughest competitors in the division, Chimaev has demonstrated he is ready to compete at the very highest level, with the spotlight shining brightly on him. Chimaev will face du Plessis, a champion who has earned his belt through a string of impressive performances. Du Plessis' own blend of power, technique, and resilience has allowed him to remain at the top, but few expect him to have an easy night against Chimaev. His ability to control opponents both on the feet and on the ground has made him a formidable threat in the middleweight division. After dismantling Whittaker, who himself is a former title holder and one of the toughest competitors in the division, Chimaev has demonstrated he is ready to compete at the very highest level, with the spotlight shining brightly on him. Chimaev will face du Plessis, a champion who has earned his belt through a string of impressive performances. Du Plessis' own blend of power, technique, and resilience has allowed him to remain at the top, but few expect him to have an easy night against Chimaev.